Okay. Hello, my name is Jerri Taylor, and I'm the Director of Career Pathways, Diversity and Career Pathways at the Sustainable Forestry Initiative, where we want to see and manage sustainable forests. But before we get started, since my presentation is not going to be like anybody else's in this building, I want to first hear who is from Brooklyn. Like, who's representing Brooklyn? I thought you were going to be a little louder than that. What about Harlem? That's where my family's from. Come on, Harlem. Let's go. Let's go. What about Queens? Whoop, whoop. Do we have the Bronx in here today? Yes. Okay. Do we have New Jersey? Okay. What about Staten Island? Any Staten Islanders? Okay. Today is not going to be a typical speech because I'm going to tell you a little bit about my speech. It's going to be about not following rules. So some teachers are going to be upset with me today about not following rules, but we're going to talk about why it's important. There's me, the Director of Diversity and Career Pathways. You're probably like, what is that job? So my job is to help the Sustainable Forestry Initiative, which is a binational company, which is in Canada and the United States, to help diversify the forest and conservation sector. At this time, there are only 3% Black Americans in conservation, 1.1% African American women in conservation, and we get to our Latinx populations, as well as our Pacific Islanders, Indigenous peoples, it's less than 1%. So my job is here to help get everybody in the career. We need voices at the table. I'm tired of being the only one at the conferences. So I want y'all here. So we'll tell you a little bit about SFI. We always want to make sure that you understand that our economic growth and development in this country came from enslaved Africans as well as Indigenous people. So agriculture, it started there. So it's important that we acknowledge that. Part of my diversity work. All right, so advancing careers starts early with our engagement, exploration, and experience. And so when you see experience, we're talking about our mentorships, our internships, as well as our job placements that we offer, starting as young as 18, but within your schools, we do have a lot of activities that we do to make sure the students even know about the careers. And you've probably heard of our program. I heard someone mention Greening Schools. That started with our initiative under Project Learning Tree. So that's a part of our company as well. So just letting you know that there are opportunities out here. But this is where I'm gonna get into not following rules. So I hope your family, teachers, please do not get mad at me. Our parents or our guardians teach us to listen. Our teachers teach us to raise our hands. Our textbooks tell us to follow a problem method. It seems that anything we wish to attain in this world comes with an attachment of a rule. However, while I was being taught about this remarkable phenomenon in pre-calculus, I discovered something amazing. My teacher was teaching us the zero power rule and told us that anything to the power of zero is one. 1 to the power of zero is 1, and 1,000,000 to the power of zero is 1. As my teacher monotonously went through every example of how any number to the power of zero is 1, me being who I am, I don't follow the rules, I punched in my calculator 0 to the power of 0. And what I found that I got back was undefined. Undefined means without fixed limits. When you get something undefined, that means it's unique and it's exceptional. After getting this in my calculator, I started to think about how I'm an exception to many rules. Because I was created to overcome adversity and to be an exceptional role model for the next green generation. Just like you, as I sit here today, I want to tell you that I never thought a Black girl from a small town called Cedar Grove in North Carolina would be here today. Just like you are unique, but you are also an exception to any rule that society may have placed on you or in your life. Being the Director of Diversity and Career Pathways reminds me why I'm an exception to any rule placed on me by society. If you look at me, you probably would not know that growing up was filled with beautiful days and sunshine outside, but not always the easiest home life, with having a parent that was an addict, having a single mom where I shared a bedroom with her until I was in 12th grade, Based on what society has placed on me and the rules, I should not be here today, speaking to you. And to add another layer to this, as my brother got shot when I turned 18, I had my first seizure. So I also got marked with a disability as well. So most people would have given up, but for me, quitting was not an option. I had to be the change that I wanted to see in my community. When I started out, I would have never imagined I was going to be working in sustainability, but especially not at the Sustainable Forestry Initiative as the first Black American in leadership at that organization. And if you look at the date when it started, you'll be probably surprised. But I feel like if I stuck to the rules that society had set out for me, I would not be in this green space and I would not have a green job. I am so happy to see so many diverse youth and just youth in general bringing these diverse perspectives to this climate change conversation. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Take calculated risks to benefit your career. Play to your strengths and always remember you are an exception to any rule. And before I leave here, I also want to tell you, every youth in this room, you are a jewel. Every teacher that is in here, they're here to help you shine. So just remember to use your mentors, your leaders, like everybody here is rooting for you. So that's all I have to say today. But thank you again, New York Sun Works, for letting me come and speak to the youth.